Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always, and a bit of a break from the norm today. We have got a lovely, filthy, dirty interior to clean. My partner uses this car for to and fro the horse yard, throwing horse riding equipment, mucking out clothes, etc, etc in the back. So we have adequate dirt to be getting on with. It's going to be a fun one. And unlike myself, she uses the car as like one massive bin. So we've got plenty of dirt to be getting on with, plenty of rubbish to be getting on with, plenty of hoovering to be getting on with. I've got the car running for a minute just to provide some heat while I'm working, just to go through some of the stuff we've got to tackle. So, in order to make this as easy as possible, standard practice, trying to keep it nice and simple, nice and quick, nice and efficient. So, I couldn't find my little remaining bottle of Polestar, so I've got a weak mixture of Chemical Guys Foaming Citrus Fabric Clean for carpet and upholstery, which is double handy. Got some of these little bad boys, which I recently discovered, which are wonderful, great big wet wipes. Got some Chemical Guys VRP, vinyl, rubber and plastic for treating plastics, which I've been looking forward to trying. My all-time favourite air freshener, Angel Wax Bliss. A couple of bottles of pre-mixed Perl. We've got a small amount of Traceless, just to get any overspray from products. A backup bottle of Auto Smart Finish, and a new bottle of this in case I run out of everything. But theoretically I won't use this because I'm going to do a review of that on the channel another day. And worth noting, they have upgraded their bottles. Hooray. We have Chemical Guys nifty carpet brush, never tried before. Oh, excuse me. And I also have a nice stiff brush for getting some of the particles out of the fibres in the carpets, and detailing brushes. So when you're tackling a job like this, first thing to do is clear the boot. That way, in the UK, if, for example, the heavens open and it starts raining, you've got somewhere big, spacious to put all the stuff back in. So first job, I'm going to get everything out, and then we'll get cracking with the Hoover process. So I'm going to pause and then restart and time-lapse the emptying out. So with all that cleared out, I'm going to get straight into hoovering. And for reference, the only other things I've got is rubber gloves, obviously, and a cheap Amazon Basics Hoover, which I've reviewed on the channel separately. It is great to stop the car while we're videoing near the back of the exhaust. I've just had it running for some heat. Another good tip when you're doing this, if you find it a bit daunting, split it into 3 sections: boot, middle and front. So it's going to work around with the big nozzle first and start getting up as much as possible, as quickly as possible. I'm probably going to work around this mat just to save me time reinstalling it all. It's not enormously dirty underneath. give this a try. Lovely, nice hard bristles, perfect for getting into carpets. You know I'm going to end up taking that out. How bad can it be? It can't be that bad, can it? Oh. There we are. Lovely. And apologies about my appearance. It's freezing. Lovely. There we are. There we go. Once you broke the back of it, the wider nozzle just helps you cast a wider net, shall we say. There we go. Any bits that are stuck in nooks and crannies, your soft brush and just flick it up. Easy. Excuse me. Oh. And yes, I'm in a rush today. Ooh. It's my birthday tomorrow, so we are heading out for a meal tonight, my partner and my daughter. So there we have it. From where it was to where we are, that is a huge difference. And now I've got a platform, sorry camera, got a platform to work from if the weather changes. Now we can generate space for doing the back. Same process. And I forgot something. Get the mats out. Get the mats out, put them somewhere dry. Can knock the majority of the dirt off the top of those and then work on them separately rather than crouching in the car. Right, let's get cracking. Might need that in a minute. I like to make myself somewhere clean to work first of all. It's not ideal. Just a quick double check round here. Let's get that in. Mustn't forget to treat inside there when I'm nearly finished. Making sure the mic's all right. So what I was going to do, seat belts. Fortunately, the headline's all right, and I haven't spotted many marks, which will at least minimise the spot treatment, actual cleaning, that sort of thing. Lovely. So this sort of thing is a godsend when you get into seat runners. Because you can flick the dirt into it, which is double handy. Ooh. I'm going to change the angle of the camera. Just a fraction. Just going to grab a wipe just to show you those. They're huge. Brilliant. I'm just going to quickly do that. Shut. While I'm here. Gets them done in a flash. Let's just get round that. And I always like to use my products up. So I'll just flash over them while it's in my hand. So that's one less task to worry about in a bit. Cool. See the dust coming out. This one's far better for, it's like a mid. Carpets, plastics, tight spaces, okay on upholstery. Perfect. I'll pick off any last bits from that side when I am that side. Let's get the soft brush. Let's get the dust particles out. I'll have a couple of squirts of the fabric cleaner on that and another go with a stiff brush towards the end. Obviously going to treat all the plastics, that would be nice. And whilst I don't want to bore you rigid with the actual process, we're here now, so we're closing in on that looking nice. There's a little mark over there, so I'm going to treat that. There's a couple of marks on the fabric, one there, and maybe a few little stripes on there where my partner's carried a dog cage or something. I'll spray that with cleaner. More work required on these, but we use the trim detailer for those. So the back's very, very close to done. So I think we'll get the front on cam because it is rancid. I'm going to pause, get it on the tripod. So we'll get in for that section on cam, 100%. Apologies about slamming the door. Make space for me to work. So I'll start on this side and see if I can work around the camera, should be fine. Make sure we're getting that. There we go. So it does quite a good job, the Amazon Basics Hoover. Making yourself somewhere clean to sit. Just going to grab the brushes. Just spinning the camera around so I can see the viewfinder. myself so that I can ensure that we're getting the footage that I want. And you want, most importantly. That is very close. Just gonna finish off the last bit of hoovering off cam so I can get myself into some of those little nooks and crannies. And down there, it's hard to work because the DJI stood right there. Anyway, I'll get that last bit of that side done. Get the other side done off cam. And then we'll start digging into some of the plastics, and we'll clean some fabrics. See you in a moment. And then we're just going to go in for a gentle tickle all around the infotainment system with a clean, soft brush and direct the dirt and dust particles into the Hoover. Great for getting into these like swage lines and finer detail. You will note that I haven't done this much for my channel or so far, or for the Forester, but I tend to clean them once and then pay particular attention to keeping them clean. And that'll mean like regular spruce ups. The beauty of using the brush is that you're not dragging the plastic on the material itself, and it's far better for picking up dust. Just dislodging the little particles. Don't lose that hair clip. I don't want it going in the Hoover, or any of the dogs for that matter. I do keep cleaning stuff in the cars, the Forester and the Fabia, and if I'm stuck in traffic, I'll regularly have a little clean up or a little dust. Right, let's just check the camera. So we'll get that pointed a little bit more towards here and we'll dive in for that. Again, primarily letting the brush do the work. Always nice to do the little details. under the clocks around the ODB port, if applicable, or where applicable, I should say. Yep. In the air vents is a given. Inside the gear selectors, if applicable. Pick up any last droplets. Just pause while I grab the camera. I'd say in little under 20 minutes, well, maybe under 25. That is transformed. So we'll start getting into some plastic detail in a moment. Just go around and look at the other side. Might be some little side bits I need to do. I did pull back the bolsters either side and get down the edges. Going to do the same down there just to get those last particles. That's the back all clean and done. Boot is all clean and done. I might take the seat guard in as a separate task. Right, I'm going to get into mats. So, old-fashioned method for the mats. A jolly good shake, a bit of a smash about, Hoover and stiff brush. And then we're going with a little bit of Chemical Guys fabric cleaner for any stubborn marks. So we'll bring one to clean, and then I'll get the rest done off cam. Just going to do a bit of the manual labour quickly. Apologies about using the bin, but I'm 6'3". Sometimes standing up is good. Right, that gets rid of almost all the dirt. It's interesting for me as well, really. As I say, I don't do interiors a lot. I'd only opened that brush today. I've had it for probably 2 years now. And it just shows that the stiff brush is your friend. Right. That is close. So looking nice. One mark there. A little bit more of a mark there. Tiny mark there. So we'll get them doused up with cleaner. Apologies for the delay. It's a fresh bottle. So we'll get that on, let it have a little dwell. It would foam if it was in a foamer, just for reference. Sorry, can't tickle that and hold the camera. There we are, hopefully that angle's okay. I would have just been throwing the camera all over the place. Well, I say throwing, I mean wobbling. Going to do the logo. Obviously, just a nice finishing touch. So that when the owner looks down, they know it's been cleaned by someone relatively meticulous. Just going to get the softer brush. Which obviously was miles away. There we go. No stripes today. We can do that in the spring when I do mega valet. Nice. Nice. So that is one pristine Carmat ready to go in. Right, I'll get the others done off cam and we'll be back to get stuck into the plastics. Right, that's the mats all done. I'm going to get into any marks that I spotted on the fabric. With the softer brush, just give it a gentle agitation. I forgot to say, it smells really nice, that stuff. It smells really nice. I'd reviewed it before on the channel and I did a deep clean, I believe, on Forester mats. And apologies, just wiping behind the camera. And so what I did is applied it in the IK foamer, and then had a bucket of the product as well, which worked a treat. And then just dried them in the sun, and that was that. It worked a treat. We'll use those in a minute, possibly for a quick flash round. Where did I see that mark? Anyway, there was no mark there, but the fabric will thank me for it. No one's going to be sitting in the back. Oh, maybe they are. Oh, that means we're supposed to be going out for dinner tonight. That means the missus will want to take the Forester. Oh, no. No. Right, that smells wonderful. Looks okay. Just get that. Apologies. That looks like a bit of a deep scratch. Let's do a little bit on the front seat. Nothing too spectacular because I may well need to sit there. We can do this on cam right now. This was looking a bit grotty. Give that a bit of a douse. At least then my partner will have somewhere clean to rest her arm when she's making it dirty again. Soft brush for the rest of that. Obviously, anything need doing on here? Yes. Not going to go crazy. We'll get the blower on again in a moment. See if we can see the other chair. Save me moving the camera. Let's get myself over there, repeat the process, and then we'll get some trim cleaner on. And I think I'm gonna, because we've got on so good, I'm gonna stick to my guns. We'll review the Meguiar's product another day, and we'll use Pearl for in here because everything's looking pretty good. Lovely. While they're out, I'll do a second smash around the shuts with these. No reason why not. Just wipe the rubbers down. The kick plates, things like that. That'll make the next stage more pleasurable. Well, everything's starting to look lovely. So I'm not going to test the Meguiar's today, and also we can do a more subjective test of the VRP on the Fabia, because the Fabia dash is pretty grim, well, fading, you know, and I've done a thorough going over it before. It is significantly better than it was, but definitely in the zone for another go of another product. And if you're wondering why, I know I'd said recently that I wouldn't buy any more Meguiar's, but I had some vouchers from work. Believe it or not, I have just completed 30 years at the company I work for. So I got a £300 voucher, the one for all type. So I gave £100 to my daughter as a special treat, and I'd been having trouble using my one online. I don't know why, but I decided that what would I like to spend my money on the high street? Well, not a lot. I've been to the Nike store and it wouldn't work online, so I ended up having to use actual money, and apologies, stretching. And so yeah, didn't need to go in a Nike store. I thought, oh no, I'll just go in Halfords and get £100 worth of valeting products that look interesting to review and use on the channel. So we go through them next week. But yeah, Meguiar's are now in a revised bottle. Therefore, I was willing to risk it. Right, let's just get myself out and get the camera in a decent position. My apologies. What I'm using here is fairly weak pearl. Great stuff. Smells okay. Yeah, not sort of cleanery, but certainly not fantastically nice. Not fragrant. But it's not going to make your car smell like a freshly cleaned Yates toilet. Or Weatherspoon, should I say. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But we've got the Angel Wax Bliss to take care of that. God, I'm terrible, aren't I? Every time I get cracking, I start on another section just off cam. So I'm just going 5 or 6 squirts and getting it on all the rather dull looking plastics. And now the cloth is doused. Another good place to get really well done. Oh, them little dirty bits on the end. and getting a good coating of pearl on them really makes them pop, which is nice. Yeah, so every time I move away or get the camera in position, I start tickling somewhere else. It's the only problem with interiors. You start having a tickle of this, a tickle of that. We're getting close. We are getting close. Obviously, I've got a sacrificial towel for my feet because I don't want to introduce any further dirt back in to the carpets. So one of the good things with pearl is that it doesn't dry sticky. You know, it's not like if it was a summer's day, you're going to get loads of pollen stuck. It dries almost natural. We are getting there. This has been a fun one. Right, let's do a door. Let's get the camera. And then I'll buzz round, get the last ones done, get some squirts of air freshener in, and we're nearly there. There's always more you could do. Like I say, we can go in for a really detailed interior detail in the spring. Funnily enough, I had been meaning to do that on the Fiesta, but alas, it is not back yet. Another coating on the stalk. Double check the rubbers. We're getting close. I'm going to do the matte anchor points. Essential. I'm going to pause the cam, get the plastics treated, get some air freshener in there, and we will have a look at the end results. But that is going swimmingly. Few more bits on the plastics to do, as I say. Oh, much happier place to be. Right, back in a moment. So, with really basic equipment and the world's cheapest Hoover, some well diluted Chemical Guys carpet cleaner, well diluted pearl, a pack of heavy duty wet wipes, a good stiff brush, a good medium brush, and a nice soft brush. It is transformed. Apologies for the wet patches. Obviously, at the end, it gets a good dousing with air freshener. Sorry about that. Just as I was shooting the last bit and then my outro, SD card full. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, at the end gets good dousing with air freshener. Everything is now looking fresh as a daisy. I'm really pleased with myself, actually. Worked hard on that one. Smashed around it. Really enjoyed it. I always do. I always do. I'll admit, you know, it's a fairly modern car, but it was pretty mangy. It was quite a challenge, but we've got a nice level of cleanliness going on now. Cleaned all the logos, labels on the mats, got into everywhere, gave those a basic clean, not too much because there's nothing worse than slippery pedals. Shuts are all looking nice, got into all the nooks and crannies, got any of the major marks off the seats, all good. Cockpit's looking nice and fresh, all good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. I really did, as always. It was brilliant. I kind of wish I'd washed it as well now. I probably could have squeezed in a quick foam, but anyway, I'm going to get ready and go out and enjoy a birthday meal and a few beers, I think. Anyway, as I say, I hope you really enjoyed that one. I did, as always, and I very much look forward to seeing you all again soon. Oh, and while I remember, Happy New Year and welcome to all my new subscribers. It's been really satisfying this Christmas getting a nice, slow upturn of new subscribers. I really, genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, as I say, I really look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care. All the very best. Bye-bye.